Well, all the flavors, much less mess. Cookbook author Gina Ferrorda shows us her recipe for one-pot beef stroganoff.
All right, today I'm going to show you my beef stroganoff. It's kind of it's not a typical stroganoff, but it's kind of like a beef stroganoff casserole using things that we have in our pantry. I have taken 1 pound of ground beef right here. I just browned that in this pan and then taken it and put it in. I just set it aside, drain off that excess grease, and then have a little bit in here, and then I've taken the mushrooms. So you can use fresh mushrooms if you have them. If you don't, fine to use canned mushrooms. And so I've just taken them in here, and no salt yet. We just take the mushrooms, a little bit of oil, and then just let those brown. Because if you put salt in too soon, it'll pull out the moisture and you won't get a nice browning on the mushrooms. So here are our mushrooms. Once they're brown, we're gonna go ahead and add some onions. With the onions, we are gonna let that go until they're translucent, just a few minutes. And once we have that, we are then going to add some garlic, and we're only gonna wanna go maybe 30 seconds or so with the garlic. We don't want that to burn, but I love a one-pan dish. You guys know that the less dishes I have to do, the better. So this is another great one pan. I have it over like medium-high heat. Once the garlic goes in, it really needs to be quick. You want to keep stirring that around because the last thing you want to do is let that garlic burn. So we're just going to let that get fragrant. I can start to smell that garlic. It smells great. All right. I love to add also in this dish just a dash of sherry. This is just sherry cooking wine. You could also use white wine. Just adds a nice brightness to this dish. Oh my goodness, this smells so good. Now, here's where you're gonna kind of make it your own. I do a cream of mushroom soup. Use cream of whatever you have. Do you have a cream of celery or, cream of asparagus? So I just add in just some type of creamy soup. And then I love to add either a French onion soup. If you didn't have that, you could use a onion packet along with some water. So those both go in. So it's just kind of using all of those soups up that we have in our pantry to kind of make a great beef stroganoff casserole. So we're just gonna let that come up. It smells so good already. Now, sour cream is perfect in a stroganoff. I had a little bit of sour cream and I had a little bit of French onion dip. So we're just gonna go ahead and add those in, and we're gonna let that come up. Start stirring that around. You don't want it to be too hot when the sour cream goes in, because if it's too hot, it'll curdle. Then you would need to like temper it in, which just means you want to put a little bit of the hot liquid in with your sour cream, but it's not too hot yet, so it's perfect. Can you see how creamy it is getting? Oh, now we're gonna cook our egg noodles right in here. So we're gonna need about 4 cups, at least 4 cups of beef broth. Here's where you can add some seasonings, salt, pepper, granulated garlic, whatever you have. We'll test all of our seasonings at the end just to make sure that we have enough. So we're gonna do 4 cups of beef stock or beef broth, because like I said, we're cooking the noodles right in here, 1 cup. So if you don't have beef stock or beef broth, one thing I have been doing is I have been buying these soup bases or bouillon cubes and then just using water, because I have been using so much broth and stock. So we're gonna let this come up to a great simmer, and then we are gonna add in all of our egg noodles. Now these are German egg noodles. You could use wide egg noodles, whatever you want. These are kind of almost like a mini lasagna, if you can see it. So we're just gonna add all of that, bring that up to a simmer, and then we are gonna let this cook for about 10 to 15 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and also add that meat back in and just let all of the flavors in this go. And at the end of our 10 to 15 minutes, we're gonna have a perfect beef stroganoff. So I will show you I'm gonna put this on, let that come up to a simmer, and let that go until the noodles are done, and we will see you soon. So as you see, it's all done, about 10 to 15 minutes, all the noodles are cooked. Just make sure that you are stirring this, because you don't want those noodles to kind of get stuck to the bottom. So all we do is we plate that up. I like to add a little fresh dill, some seasonings. Make sure you're checking the seasonings too when it's done, if maybe you might need a little bit more salt and pepper. So my one pot beef stroganoff. Enjoy, hope you guys enjoy it.